In last week's Midlife Musing, I shared a simple formula to apply for business and personal success. It is goals equal achieving, no goals equals just operating. I'm Sue Croppower, and if you missed it, you can find it on any one of my social media feeds by scrolling back to last Friday, exactly a week ago. This week, we're going to try to help you crack the code on boosting your business profits while working fewer hours by simply swapping two simple questions. So settle in and get ready to learn another KISS. Keep it simple, sister. Strategy to help to employ and help your business or side hustle become more successful. So here we go. Although a 40-hour work week is seen as quite standard for many, Americans honestly, most people would rather be making more money while working fewer hours. So often you see midlifers making a pivot to become a midtrepreneur. However, a high percentage of people who opt to run their own business find themselves working longer hours for less money than the job they worked so hard to escape from. That's not all bad news, though, because at least they have the freedom that they craved. They don't have to answer to anyone other than themselves. For example, Timothy Ferriss is an author, podcaster, and self-help guru who rose to prominence for his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, a New York Times bestseller. You might have heard of it. In his book, he talks about how when he first started his own business, Ferriss used his spare moments at work to build an online business selling a performance-enhancing supplement called Brain Quicken. As his online business and profits grew, Ferriss said he found himself working up to 90 hours a week. But listen up, Buttercup, it could be all so different than that. If you started a business of your own, and within the year it was making, let's say, twice the salary of your current job, well, you'd be pretty darn happy, right? But what if, in addition to that, you were only working half the hours of your current job? So now you're working half the hours for twice the pay. Nobody's telling you what to do, plus there's no commute. How would that feel to you? Pretty good, right? How would that go down with your family? Oh, I bet they'd be happy. Do you think your friends might be a little green with envy? Imagine it. You would have time to take your kids to school, learn a new skill, get in shape, make new plans, travel, and the money to fund all those things. That is what most people would call a fantastic business. If I could ask you right now, I bet you'd answer, oh, I'd love this, Sue. It's a very compelling proposition and one of the reasons I made or want to pivot to owning my own business. But be honest, is that really possible? Well, of course it's possible. I'm talking to you, aren't I? Thousands of people are already doing exactly that and more. So can you. But if you want greater profits from your business, it's important to perform regular and specific reviews of all aspects of your business. You want to know what's working and what's working best and how you can do more of that. You want to figure out what's not working too, so you can determine why that isn't working and how you could improve or replace that in your process. And if neither is possible, then just stop doing it. So ask yourself this question: how can I do better? Albert Einstein once said it's impossible to solve a problem with the same kind of thinking that created it. So you might need a little help on this one. Your best resource is to talk to someone who's faced these issues before and found effective solutions for them. Successful entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and entrepreneurs don't waste time or energy reinventing the wheel. They just go and talk to the guy who created the wheel in the first place. When reviewing your business strategies, most people come from the, well, what's wrong and how can I fix it perspective. But there's a better way to crack the code on working less and making more. Consider this. Rather than reviewing your business from the perspective of what's going wrong, come at your analysis by asking, what's right about this? Fill in the blank issue. When you come from a positive perspective, Your creativity for problem solving is switched on in your brain and aligned before you even start. This creativity could very well transform your business from a good business into a great business. Let's revisit Tim Ferriss and check in on his business move from a 90-hour-a-week albatross schedule to an amazingly profitable 4-hour work week. So, frustrated and exhausted after 3 years of what he called overload, Ferriss likely asked himself a version of this question: how can I do better? The answer to that question was he made a move to drastically reduce his workload by outsourcing much of the daily work of his online business, and he started checking his email only once a week. In his book, Ferriss wrote that he was able to go from making $40,000 a year and working 80 hours a week to making $40,000 a month while working only 4 hours a week on average. Pretty darn crazy, huh? So let's look at how you might make a similar pivot. Although I want to be perfectly clear that this is not a promise that you'll mirror Tim's results of $40K a year to $40K a month. That level of return on effort requires we have a totally different conversation on strategic business planning. But here we go. The 5 right questions. Ask yourself these questions to move beyond the challenge and just keep on moving. Number 1. What's right about this issue, strategy, situation? Get clarity on the task at hand. 2, what makes it right? Get really specific. What is it about those things that make it an effective process in that particular situation? 3, what would be ideal? Get creative. What would be the absolute ideal strategy for this particular problem? 4, what's missing that could bring about an ideal situation? Get resourceful. What do you need to find, create, add, invent to reach your goal? 5, what will it take to put what's missing so that we can bring about the ideal situation? Get busy. What is it going to take to make this issue, strategy, situation just rock? Think about how many conflicts bubble up each day where the words are, what's wrong? Describing your mindset. Flip those 2 questions instead. Use the what's right perspective, and it will, over time, change your mindset on everything, not just your business, but also your personal and your family life too. Try it. The very next time a conflict shows up in your life, see how different your whole attitude can be almost immediately. Here's a freebie for you from me. As a business mentor, one of my tried and true client recommendations is to adopt solid business practices and OKRs. If you wonder what that is, pop back to last week's talk. One of those practices is to sit down every 30 days, review the answers to the following questions about your business. Here's the first question. What action did I take this month to support my business? What action did I take this month to grow my business? What action did I take this month to improve my effectiveness? What action did I take this month to improve my efficiency? And what specific results have I created this month through my efforts? And last but not least, how can I do better next month? You got to go onward and upward. The truth is, the more decisions you make and the more action you take, the more efficient you're going to become. And the more efficient you become, the better results you'll create. Plus, it will take you progressively less time to achieve those results. This is why seeking the advice of a seasoned professional is a key strategy in creating a fantastic business. Talk to fellow entrepreneurs and ask their advice. The really smart ones will likely suggest you hire a coach or business mentor. All of the most seasoned entrepreneurs have at least one. A mentor can help you make profitable decisions, take effective actions, and streamline your thinking. I mean, think about it. It's like having a business partner that you don't have to split the profits with, or having a high-value employee without having to pay for taxes and medical benefits. Hiring a business mentor will save you more money than it costs. So, When it comes down to these important questions, what's working and what's not? How can I do better? Answer these on a regular basis and you can crack the code on making greater profits in your business. Hey, speaking of pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams and goals, I practice what I preach. These lessons learned have come from over 22 years of experience as a sales and business development executive in the global tech sector, a partner in a specialty marketing and design firm, and the excitement of a software startup complete with demo days pitching to venture capitalists and the like, as well as my own consulting firm. Why am I telling you this? Well, one, so that you know I'm much more than just a slick website, glossy courses, and these video lives. And two, because I'm deep in the weeds of taking my years of experience and I'm developing a business assessment workshop that will help you determine if that great business idea percolating in your head will succeed before you get started. Stay tuned in the upcoming weeks, both for my weekly gems that I provide each week, but I'll also be opening up a wait list for my listeners before I open things to the general public. And that just might include some sneak peeks and pre-launch previews. But for now, I'll see you again next Friday. Have a great week. Cheers.